1/7 huge EastEnders spoilers for next week. What's coming up in Walford? 1. Martin is laid to rest. Over a month on from his devastating death, it's time for Walford to bid farewell to their beloved Martin. At the Slater household, Lily does her best to support her siblings before her mum returns home under the influence of alcohol. With Stacey clearly unable to cope, Sonia offers her friend comfort, while also trying to help her sober up. However, the mum of three struggles to find solace and claims that she can't face the funeral. Meanwhile, Lily starts to build up resentment towards Stacey. Not long afterwards, Martin's nearest and dearest say their final goodbyes during an emotional service. 2. Ross hatches a plan. Before the funeral, Sharon and Vicki try to summon all the strength they can to keep themselves together. It's no easy task though, and Ross decides that he should support his girlfriend at the service, despite Sharon's opinion that he should stay away for Alfie's sake. Later in the week, Ross recognises that he has upset Alfie and apologises to Sharon for his behaviour. However, the feisty business lady makes it clear that his smooth talking won't win her forgiveness that easily. Before long, Ross receives a shady phone call, then sets out on a mission to convince his girlfriend to stick around in Walford for longer than they first planned. What could he possibly be hiding? 3. Stacey goes to war. After the funeral comes to a close, Ruby finds herself feeling full of anger towards Stacey. Equally, Martin's ex-wife is struggling with her own upset, which leads to an outburst of emotion at the wake. Not long afterwards, Stacey spots Ruby at the allotment. Out in public, the two former friends end up in a nasty confrontation, which draws out revelations that seem to sever any chance of reconciliation between the two women. 4. Lily drowns her sorrows with backing from Avani, grieving. Lily hits the bottle in order to escape her grief. Afterwards, Stacey returns home and quickly susses out that her teenager has been consuming alcohol. As a result, the struggling mum tries to fix her relationship with Lily, but her efforts fail to make a difference. Later, Stacey is devastated to find out that Martin's fruit and vegetable stall has been set on fire. Who could be behind such a heinous crime? Vicki has a choice. As Vicki plans to return home, Ross remains steadfast in his determination to keep his family in Walford. However, the square newcomer is forced to change his initial plan of action when he realises that his girlfriend won't be convinced by him on his own. That considered, Ross sidles up to Ian and tries to manipulate him into making Vicki believe that Mark Jenner should be the one to care for Michelle. As Vicki answers the phone to her heartbroken mum, has Ross done enough to keep her in town? Jack offers advice. Having found out about the fire, Martin's loved ones gather at his burnt-down stall. Devastated, Stacey promises her daughter that she will uncover the identity of the individual behind the attack. This leads Jack to inform Stacey that she should refrain from starting her own investigation and leave the police to get on with their work. However, Stacey is in no mood to listen to his wise words, and she becomes convinced that she has enough evidence to confront someone who has raised her suspicions. Has she sussed out the culprit? 7. Ruby leaves Walford. Given her feud with Stacey, Ruby comes to the conclusion that it's time for her to leave Walford behind. Meanwhile, Jean pleads with her daughter to focus on her own recovery and put an end to her dispute. However, when Stacey heads out to find Ruby, Zach lets slip that she's already left town.
Các bạn vừa theo dõi một sản phẩm của EastEnders Spoiler TV. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại các bạn